Do you have unwanted debt? Does it feel like the walls of debt are closing in around you each and every month? In today's video, we're going to give you the tools you need to get you out. I'm Bart Mazur, and for over 10 years, I've been helping young families overcome their biggest financial challenges by giving them the tools and education they need to crush it financially. So you know how it feels when you have too much month at the end of the money? Keep adding debt and the interest payments keep piling up, and it feels like you're only just paying the interest and not digging into that principal. Hey, listen, I feel you. A few years back, I had over 18 grand in credit card debt and a car loan. And it just seemed like no matter what I did every single month, I had about $300 to $500 just in interest coming in, and I felt like I was just paying the interest payments. So let me show you what I did and what you can do to help get you control over those finances. The first thing you're gonna do is start off by listing all your debts down on paper. Put down the minimum payment, the interest rate, and what your balance is. If you don't know what these things are, you can always look up a bank statement or go online, call your credit card company. And if it's not in front of you, really can't see the big picture of what we're really looking at. So number 2, add up the minimum payments and the balances and put them on the bottom line. So you have an idea of your total going out each month and the total you owe. And if you're paying a little bit more each month than the minimum payment, just put that off to the side, but I only want to see the minimum payments on that bottom line. All right, now to unlock the next step, all you have to do is smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm and we can continue on. All right, number 3 is to list out any other expenses. Put it all down on paper so you know exactly what you're spending for the month. So go through your credit card statements, go through any bank statements. If you have any receipts that you paid cash for, go through and take a look at all those things and list them out. I know this is a tedious process, but if you don't get it done, you're not going to be able to move forward with clarity. And the real purpose for this step is to find a money bleed in your spending. What is a money bleed, you ask? Sure, no problem. I got you. So a money bleed is when you spend stuff on useless crap that doesn't really bring any value. It might bring you some temporary joy, but at the same time, it can be avoided. An example of this is spending 20 bucks on lunch like 3 times a week, when you could definitely avoid that and start bringing your lunch to work. And that way you can cut the cost and really free up some of that money for your program. You know, and another example would be that $7 latte at Starbucks. Now, I love coffee and I'm all for treating yourself every once in a while, but when I did this exercise, I realized I was spending just over about $50 a month just on coffee. So that was definitely a huge money bleed for me, that I was able to start making coffee and backing it down. So saved a lot of money there. All right, moving on to step 4. Record all of your income. So put down all of your after-tax dollar income so we can figure out what your real working capital is. And this will include your primary source of income, whether it be a job or a business, any side incomes you have. Maybe you have alimony or child support, or you have rental income from some source of rentals, anything like that. So whatever your income is, put that down. Now step 5, you're gonna compare your income versus your total expenditures. If you have more income coming in than what's going out, we're just gonna use that to create the program to attack your debt. If you have less income than what's going out, it may be time to really dive into those money bleeds and also possibly picking up a side job or a side hustle, something for extra income in order to increase that, at least for the time being, while we're getting you out of debt. Quick story, when I was going through this, I was working my finance job during the day and I picked up hours at UPS preloading trucks from 4 a.m. to 9 a.m. just so I can get a little bit ahead. And there's no shame in picking up that extra work just to get ahead if you can. Step 6 is creating the plan. And one of the best ways to create this plan is something called debt stacking. Now, debt stacking is essentially targeting one debt at a time, adding extra money to the target debt and paying the minimums on the others. So there's 2 main methods of paying off your debt. We have the debt snowball, which is the psychologically best way to pay it off. And we have the debt avalanche, which is the mathematical best way to pay it off. So let's start with the debt snowball. The debt snowball, you're listing your debts from lowest balance to the highest balance. And the reason why this is psychologically the best way to pay it off is because you get those little wins as you pay off those smaller balances first, and you start to feel the momentum so you stay more motivated in order to pay it off. The debt avalanche, on the other hand, is the mathematical best way, and you're paying the highest interest rates first, but those highest interest rate might have bigger balances, so you're not seeing the wins come as quick. However, when you pay the highest interest rates first, mathematically it's gonna work in your favor. So if you're a type of person that thrives on rewards early, then the debt snowball method is definitely the way to go. If you're a type of person that is disciplined and you want the most efficient way, then the debt avalanche. And one thing that I like to do, and I've been doing paying down my rental properties, is a combination of the two, where in order to free up a little cash flow, you start with the debt snowball, and then after you pay the first 1 or 2 off, you reevaluate what you're doing, and then you start paying the highest interest rates one first, down to the lowest interest rates after. And then that way you can get a little momentum and then really start to attack it down. So sometimes the hybrid of the two is really a good combination to do, especially if you're low on cash in the beginning and you need to bump your reserves in order to start that snowball and avalanche effect. And remember guys, you can do this. It takes a little work and a little discipline up front, but it's absolutely possible to get done. I believe in you, I know you can do it. And listen, if you need some help, my email is below. Shoot me an email. I would love to see if I can help you kind of create the plan and rearrange it for you, okay? Hey, and once you've paid off your debt, I've got a video up above that'll teach you the 3-account system in order to progress into investing.